What's going on, everyone? Akbach here. Now today we have another Madden 19 rebuild. Today we will be rebuilding the Washington Redskins. If you want to help determine who we rebuild next, then make sure to vote in the straw poll in the comments below. So, let's look at this Redskins roster. Certainly one of the more interesting teams in the NFL. They're not a bad team by any means, but they're also not really a good team. This is an unrealistic rebuild, so we can make all the trades we want. Alex Smith, a quarterback, he's a very good player. I think he's very underrated, and I don't think people give him enough credit. But he's 34, he's not really going to develop, so we will trade him. Running back, the Redskins have a very interesting running back by committee. They have the bell cow running back and Darius Geis, if he was healthy this year. But he's not healthy, but for the sake of a rebuild, he is healthy. A good receiving back in Chris Thompson, and some power backs in Fat Rob, Robert Kelly, as well as Samaje Perine. And not to mention, they just signed Adrian Peterson, so yeah, that's another bell cow type running back. Wide receiver, Jamison Crowder, I might hold on to. Paul Richardson, probably not going to keep. Josh Doxson, I really like him in real life, but I don't really know. Jordan Reed, probably going to stick around for the rest of the rebuild. Offensive line, Brendan Scherf, he's good. Trent Williams, he's good. Morgan Moses, nah, probably not. On to the defense, I really like the Redskins' defensive line. Jonathan Allen's a player who I have loved. I think he's pretty much as talented as Myles Garrett. And that's not insulting Myles Garrett, because I am a believer. I am on the Myles Garrett hype train. I think Myles Garrett's going to be one of the best players in the NFL very soon. And I think Jonathan Allen is almost as talented as him. Daron Payne, the Redskins' first-round pick, I think he was a tad bit better than Vita Vea, who was a defensive tackle drafted, I believe, the pick before Daron Payne. And then Matt Ioannidis, he's young, probably 24, 25, quick development, very talented, and very solid player. Linebackers, on the other hand, it's a talented group, but I don't know if I'm huge on it. Ryan Kerrigan's old. Actually, he's like 30. He's not that old, but he's somewhat old. Preston Smith, nah. Pernell McPhee, nah. Zach Brown, he's probably 27, 28. Maybe we'll keep him, I don't know. Secondary, Josh Norman. He's got to be 29 or 30 by now. Yeah, he's 30, but it's hard to get good cornerbacks in this game, so I think it makes sense for us to keep him. But outside of that, the secondary doesn't look too great. DJ Swearinger isn't bad. 27. Actually, I'm going to keep him. I did not realize he was only 27. Plus quick development. So, DJ Swearinger is a player we will keep. So, let's get to the trade. Our first trade of the day is proof that Madden is broken, as we are trading a 64 overall middle linebacker straight up for Jabril Peppers. I don't know why the Browns would accept this, but we're probably going to have Peppers play 3 safety and look to trade Monte. We're going to be making another trade with the Browns. That is Ryan Kerrigan, Paul Richardson, and Mason Foster. 3 players who I don't see developing too much more, and 3 players who I didn't see as part of our future, for a 7th round pick, as well as Myles Garrett. I mentioned how Jonathan Allen's almost as talented as Myles Garrett, and now we're going to get him, so I guess that's pretty cool. And in an octagonal gaming rebuild without me trading for Quentin Nelson, we're trading 3 backup middle linebackers to the Indianapolis Colts for Mr. Nelson. We're going to continue to improve our offensive line by trading Vernon Davis and Pernell McPhee, 2 players who I don't see developing, to my Detroit Lions for Mr. Frank Ragnow, the 20th overall pick in this year's draft. I think this is a pretty good trade for us. We're going to be sending Morgan Moses, Adrian Peterson, and a 4th to the New York Jets for their first-round pick. So hopefully they are bad this year. I am quite surprised this trade got accepted. Preston Smith and Alex Smith to the Jaguars for Telvin Smith. We're going to be trading Quentin Dunbar, Kevin Hogan, and Brian Quick to the Dolphins for their first-round pick. The Dolphins are usually pretty bad, so hopefully that's a nice pick. I signed Jeremy Maclin at a free agency, and we're going to be trading him straight up for Cody Whitehair from the Bears. I'm not really going to keep Cody Whitehair. I'm actually going to use him in a bigger trade, which hopefully will be accepted. It's quite big. Still trying to work on that big trade, and hopefully Jimmy Graham will help us, because I'm not keeping Jimmy Graham. We're sending Samaje Perine, and Michael Kendricks is going to have fun in the slammer for the next few months. 4 Graham and a 5. I would prefer Perine over Robert Kelly, but for the memes, I figured I'd just keep Fat Rob. This is the big trade that I was talking about. Jimmy Graham, Des Bryant, and Jonathan Hankins. I just signed Bryant and Hankins to the Denver Donkeys for Bradley Chubb of the 5th overall pick. Turns out I didn't need to use Cody Whitehair in the trade. But we're getting a very good player in Bradley Chubb. We don't need a defensive end, and he's a 79 overall at outside linebacker, so there we go. I'm going to be trading Cody Whitehair, Josh Doxson, and Capri Bibbs to the Buffalo Bills for their first-round pick this year, as well as a 2 next year and a 5 next year. Eric Reed, Jack Mewhort, and Ryan Anderson are headed to the Bengals for their first, second, and third-round pick. We're going to be sending Monte Nicholson, a 5th-round pick, and Ziggy Hood to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for their 2nd-round pick. We're going to be trading Robert Ayers, who I just signed. Matt Ioannidis, I wanted to keep him, but for sake of the scheme, I think it makes sense to trade him, as well as a first-round pick to the Carolina Panthers for a future 7th, and Mr. Luke Kuechly, 99 overall. We're going to be sending 2 backup offensive linemen and a 4th-rounder to the Houston Texans for their first-round pick. Here's a look at the squad headed into the season. I don't expect to do too good. Colt McCoy will be the quarterback. Since there's a team called the Colts, I would call him Redskin McCoy, but that just sounds weird, so we're going to stick with Colt. Darius Geis leads a very solid running back trio. Of course, we got the GOAT Fat Rob. Our receiving core is going to be Jamison Crowder as well as Trey Quinn, Mr. Irrelevant, and Simi Cobbs. The O-line is pretty good. Sort of a hole at right tackle, but maybe Jaron Christian can develop. Jordan Reed at tight end, he's good. As well as the GOAT Jeremy Sprinkle. Put a sprinkle on that cupcake. Onto the defense. The defensive line is very young and it's very good. Linebacking core, very good. Secondary is solid. Maybe could use some more corners as Fabian Morrow, Hosley, Adonis Alexander. It's not great at corner. So this happened. We ended up making the playoffs, going 9-7 with Tom Savage as our quarterback. This is very much like the Giants rebuild. We had Matt Moore, and we ended up winning 12 games. The skill points doesn't look too promising. Myles Garrett has 5, so I guess there's that. Bradley Chubb only has 2. That's kind of disappointing. But we actually made the playoffs. Yeah, we didn't win the division. The Eagles must have won it. But hey, I'll take it. Wild card. I gave everyone their skill points, and I'm assuming, yeah, we don't make the Super Bowl. That is a huge surprise. I'm going to just guess that we lost in the first round. If not, that would be surprising. Yeah, first round. I'm going to be trading Fabian Morrow, Chris Thompson, and a 3rd to the Bucs for the number 1 overall pick. We have the 1st overall pick now. We also have picks 2, 3, and a few at the end of the first round. We need an extra offensive lineman, so we're going to select Willis Carroll from Alabama. He looks like a really good player, and he is. 80 overall with quick dev. We need a couple more receivers, so we're going to be selecting Nick Grigsby out of Auburn, 6'6", 21 years old, 4.49 speed. I don't know what else there is to say. This dude looks like an absolute monster. And he is. 80 overall quick development. Hopefully this guy can be our quarterback of the future. Mitchell Leonard out of Pittsburgh. He is also 21. A throw power. B for accuracy short. B for accuracy mid. So hopefully he's good. 78 overall quick development. We're going to roll with him for this season and see how it goes. We need some cornerbacks, and there are 2 I like. So we're going to take one of them here, Javonte Barlow. I don't like him as much as the next guy, but Barlow is expected to be drafted ahead of him. So that's why I'm picking him now. Man coverage isn't great, but he's only 21, so we'll pick him up. And he kind of sucks. A few picks later, and the other cornerback I want is available, DeAndre Marion, 23 years old, out of the University of Texas, 77 normal. That's honestly not great. We're going to be trading down from the 23rd pick. I don't really need it. We're going to be getting a 3, a 4, and a 2 next year from the Seattle Seahawks. I figured I might as well just take a shot here. Rocco Gowen from Oklahoma. He's only 21. He has pretty solid top 3 skills, so maybe he's really good. 79 quick. I think he's better than the guy we picked in the first round, who is 78 quick, so maybe we keep Rocco here. Here in the 3rd round, I took a shot on Ruben Joseph here out of Wisconsin. 78 star development. That's my first actual good development trade. We're trading our 3rd and 4th round picks, as well as a backup running back, to the Raiders for their first rounder next year. We're going to be trading the quarterback Leonard to the Chargers straight up for Jason Verrett. Get ourselves a really good cornerback. Here's a look at the squad for season number 2. 84 overall, 87 offense, 87 defense. We're going with Rocco Gowen as the quarterback. We don't really have a bad position on the offense, as the 2 rookie receivers, they're going to be the 2 on the outside, Jamison Crowder in the slot. On the defense, same thing. We don't really have a weakness. I think we have a very solid team. Hopefully we can win a good 11-12 game. And would you look at that, we get a first-round bye. Our rookie quarterback, Goen, has 3 skill points. Does he have a new development trait? No, he doesn't. Did he win any awards? Probably Rookie of the Year. Yes, he did. He also made the Pro Bowl. Joseph has 3 skill points. Geis has 2. Grigsby has 2. On the defense, Myles Garrett has 3. Peppers has 3. Bradley Chubb with 2. So let's look at Goen's stats. Well, we'll also look at Darius Geis' stats because I'm curious. I saw his stats as a rookie, and they were pretty good. So let's see how Goen did. Only 6 interceptions. Dang, that's pretty nice. So let's look at Darius Geis. He had a very solid rookie year, and I'm assuming he played well this season as well. Does he still have his same development trait? Yes, he does. He also has 2 skill points, so he will likely be an 82 overall. So he had another solid season, about the same amount of yards, but 8 more touchdowns. So I would not be shocked if he made the Pro Bowl. We are going to send him to the Super Bowl and hope we make it. And shocker, shocker, we don't. Once again, we are 1 and done in the playoffs, and we also lose to the exact same score. That's nice. We're going to be getting a nice little upgrade at cornerback by sending Zach Brown and a first to the Arizona Cardinals for Patrick Peterson. We're also going to be getting an upgrade at the middle linebacker spot, replacing Zach Brown by trading 2 backup corners, and a 4th for Mr. Ryan Shazier. Frank Ragnow and a 5 are headed to the Steelers for David DeCastro. I'd say this is a pretty good deal for us. Jonathan Allen and 2 seconds are headed to the Dolphins for DeMarcus Lawrence. Yes, DeMarcus Lawrence is on the Dolphins, as well as every good free agent the past 2 seasons. Jabril Peppers a 2 and a 4 are headed to the Steelers for 94 overall Antonio Brown. We're going to be sending a 1, a 3, and an offensive lineman to the Dolphins for our Jabril Peppers replacement, or I guess upgrade, and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah Fitzpatrick is a beast in the Dolphins franchise. He has 6 picks, leading the NFL, and Jabril Peppers is also a beast in the Dolphins franchise, so can't really go wrong either way. With trading that offensive tackle away, we need another offensive lineman, so we're getting Rodney Hudson straight up for Josh Norman. Norman's on a huge contract, and we need some salary, plus we're getting a 90 overall. With trading away Josh Norman, we do need a corner, so we're going to trade Nick Grigsby to the Dallas Cowboys for Jordan Lewis. I would have preferred Chidobe Awuzie because he's like an 89 overall, but this is the best we can do. We sort of blew up this team headed into the season. I think we got a good-looking squad. Here's the offense, 95 overall. Defense, also a 95 overall. So hopefully we can go ahead and win the ship. So at the end of the year, we only go 10-6. We don't even win our own division. That goes to the Dallas Cowgirls. Not a lot of skill points. Joseph has 4. I guess that's solid. Defensively, Deron Payne, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Bradley Chubb. Alright, I guess. Oh, would you look at that? We missed the Super Bowl. Look like we're going to have another 5-season rebuild. Woohoo, that makes my day. For the first time of this rebuild, we actually utilized free agency. We signed Shaquille Griffin, and we also signed Jonathan Allen, who we traded last offseason. It seems like Jonathan Allen did pretty well without us. He's now an 86 with star development. So this doesn't really make sense for him, but oh well. I have accomplished the impossible. I have traded for Roquan Smith in a rebuild. We are trading Bradley Chubb, a 1 and a 2. Bradley Chubb has been playing outside linebacker in this whole rebuild. I would have moved him to defensive end, which is his actual position. I don't know why Madden lists him as a linebacker. But we needed an outside linebacker, and we didn't need a defensive end, so we've just been playing him out of position. He went up like 5 ratings as a defensive end, and we're trading our top 2 picks. I don't really care about them. For Mr. Roquan Smith. Now, we have 3 middle linebackers, only 1 outside linebacker, so we'll just move one of our middle linebackers to outside. It doesn't really matter. Jason Verrett, Deron Payne, and a 3rd will get me the GOAT himself. 91 overall, big play slay. Darius Geis is good, but Kareem Hunt is better. Rocco has not taken us over that hump, so that's what we're trying to do here is we're trading him a 1st and a 2nd, both of which we just got from the Houston Texans off camera for Marcus Mariota. It's only a 2 rating difference. But Mariota does play really well in the sim. Minor upgrade on the offensive line is Trent Williams, a 5, and Trey Quinn are going to be traded for Andrew Norwell. Here's a look at the squad. If we don't win this year, then we're never going to win. 99 offense, 99 defense, And also, shout out to the CPU for drafting this guy in the 4th round, Jonathan Polk. That's a nice 4th round pick. He's not going to start, but still, figured I'd mention it. The bad news is we go 10-6. The good news is it doesn't matter because we make the Super Bowl. We're going to be playing the 13-3 Cincinnati Bengals. I don't know how they won a playoff game and became that good. So hopefully we can take the ship. And if not, then this will be our first rebuild without winning a Super Bowl, and that would make me sad. The team has been upgraded. We're going to send the Super Bowl. If we don't win this game, then I'm going to be sad because I'm not doing another season. I've been recording this for about 3 hours. 28-10, we win. Let's go. The streak lives on as we have won a Super Bowl in every single rebuild here on Madden 19. And that streak will continue as we beat the Cincinnati Bengals 28-10. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, man!